being the way that your situation is, and you've talked about the R word, and I want to get into this because I'm ready to get into it. But before we do that, when I heard, what's the PI's name again? I'm sorry.
Pat Healy.
Healy. When Healy's trying to pick up Mary at the golf range, and he's trying to empathize with her, and he's like, my real passion is my hobby, and it's working with retards. And I just like couldn't help but to laugh because like it's in such honest form of comedy, because this woman, like this film is about a woman and people that empathize with people that are handicapped. So to have this asshole that's trying to pick up this girl and says that his passion is working with retards, and then goes to talk about this experience that wasn't real when he talks about Mongo, this fake character that he was familiar with that was kept in a cage, and that he like sympathized with this handicapped person by like getting him a leash that he put on like a fucking those like runner leash things that dogs run back and forth between like 20 feet on like a track of some sort, was fucking absolutely hysterical. And I was like, I cannot wait to talk to Jen about this, because Jen is gonna be fucking livid. And like Mary is like, yo, that's fucked up. And like this dude just keeps digging deeper, and she's just like trying to, keep it with 100% humility and goes with it. But it was just so fucking hilarious, because you have a big problem with the R word and people just not respecting people in general.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Well, I'm not offended by the use of the word in the movie, because they were trying to depict this guy as a fucking asshole. And so he was, in using that word. And so I think they did it deliberately to show that it was offensive, and that he was just he was just an asshole. He was just a slime ball. And people are slime balls, and you have to depict them accurately in film and not, be afraid of offending somebody. But the R word is a slur. Without a doubt, it has a negative connotation. It's offensive, and it, creates a feeling of exclusion by putting somebody into a definer like that. And so, you say the word to me, and I don't bust your chops too much. But, I think people just have gotten in the habit of saying it as a poor form of finding another word. And I would just like to help people, expand their vocabulary and find another word to replace it. How is it different than saying the N-word?
Well, it's definitely different.
I don't think so.
The N-word is definitely different.
I don't think so.
Because, I know that it's different in the sense that, like, there's, like, a whole slew of negative ideas attached to it, like slavery, which saying retarded is not like saying the N-word. It's just not. You can say that it's like it's negative in the same sense, but like it's just definitely not the same. Like it's not. I will say that, and we can disagree on that, but it's definitely different.
But I think what's hard is it's expanded into any word that ends in tard, and it's just expounded. And the problem is that to use the actual real terms of cognitive delayed developmental disability, special needs, like those are long words to say. And so what we maybe need to do is come up with like something short, because I used to say, oh, my daughter has developmental disabilities because she has inverted chromosomes, but then she finally got the autism diagnosis. So I just say she's autistic. So it's kind of like nice to just have like something that everybody understands, but not everybody has autism. So maybe we need to come up with a new word. Get it in the dictionary. Fucking be famous. Because
I want to unpack this for real, because we've been wanting to talk about this for a minute. But like, why is it not okay to use the word retarded in the sense of when you're describing something that is not well thought out? Because someone retarded would apply to that idea. Like if someone like forgot to shut the oven off and burnt the fucking whatever, the muffins, you're like, stop being retarded and shut the oven off. That's a terrible example, but like something that is, something that's lacking thought out processes, that would be retarded. Like, that's not deep thinking. It's not critical thinking. Something that doesn't require critical thinking.
Yeah, but think about how many times people go through the motions and they aren't doing critical thinking. Like, you drive home and you don't remember that you got there. You weren't doing critical thinking. Does that make you? I mean, I think that there's things that people do that are stupid, but that's just because they made a poor choice. But, you know, they weren't lacking a mental faculty that resulted in that choice.
Well, I'm saying that like they did at that period in time. I was like, oh, you were being retarded. Like, why is that all of a sudden result in like an offensive thing? Because it's like, I've never thought it, like, even when I say retarded, I'm not like ever thinking of one person directly. It's just like the idea of somebody that doesn't have all the nuts and bolts. And I'm just like, oh, that you were being retarded. Like, why has that become like an inappropriate word to say when it describes exactly what I'm referring to? Is like, oh, you didn't have the capacity to think that through.
Yeah, but you're talking about a short-term incapacity versus a long-term life limiting.
So what if
capacity.
I say somebody that's
like, I'm getting totally hot right now just having this discussion because we're so going to disagree on this, but using of that word, it has a negative connotation. Whether you might not think it does, but other people do. And out of respect for people, you know, I wouldn't go up to somebody in another country and disrespect their culture, say something that would be offensive to them, even though it's not offensive to me. I mean, I think it's just a matter of, you know, we as a nation, you know, as humankind, need to understand that we gotta, you know, unless we want to offend somebody, we shouldn't say stuff that we know that might offend somebody. Like, let's take religion, you know. People ask me to go to church all the time. I don't want to go to fucking church. But I just politely decline. But I'm not going to say what you're studying is fucking false and stupid because I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just an example.
Okay, so, like, for example, like, let's say that I find the word, because you're saying, this is the problem that I have with this whole ideology is like, if somebody has a problem with a certain word or slang, then people should just not say that thing. And I think the fact that anybody is trying to tell me what I can say out of my mouth is completely out of line. And I'm not coming at you, I'm talking in general.
Sure.
Like, whether it's like tranny or homo or fag or retarded, queer, whatever. If you have a problem with it, don't fucking listen. Don't spend around time with me if you don't like what I say. Like, don't try to tell me what I can say, because I think that's anti-American and I think that's anti-human. Like, you're going to tell me what I.
Go
so
ahead.
I'm no like so what I'm just saying is like just don't give it more power. And I don't mean to be a cop-out, but like, don't give it more power. Like, if you don't like what people are saying, you can educate, but keep it moving. You don't need to take the time to get offended with it because you already know what it is for you in your life and what you believe. And just because, yet again, maybe someone's ignorant to the idea of it, and maybe you could explain your ideology to what that word may mean, and maybe they won't use it the same. But like, you saying that you get offended by me saying retarded, like, I'm just not going to not say it around you because you don't like it. It's just like if I told you I don't like fuck because it offends me and my religion, you would have a heart.
I wouldn't say it.
That's okay.
No,
what if
so
I had
I
like
guess,
20? What if I had 20 other words that you couldn't say? It would become problematic, is what I'm saying.
Well, so here's the thing, and I understand your freedom of speech, and I understand that you don't want to ever be told that you can't say a certain word, and I respect that. But I would think that it is worthwhile to invest in a relationship where if I say, you know, that word really bothers me, please don't say it. You would say, you know what, for you, Jen, I'll give it a shot. I might not be perfect. It might slip out, but I'm not going to say it intentionally because our friendship is more important than this. And you say it wherever you want. But like, I know my friends really well. And I know things that I don't bring up and I don't say because the friendship is more important than actually being my truths all the time. And for the most part, I eliminate people from my circle that I can't speak my truths to, and I just don't interact with them. So, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I just, you know, that's my thought on it. And most people don't drop that word around me because they know that if we don't have a strong relationship, like if a stranger dropped that on me, I would probably bitch slap them and tell them to go
But
to
see,
hell.
like, why is that fair? Why is that fair? Because
it's
it's
a
no
negative-
different than you saying, but so isn't fuck. And say you say fuck around somebody and they don't like that word on the same level you don't like retarded. Like, why are you any different?
But a fuck
why
isn't a slur.
to you, it is a slur to sex. Fuck is a sex to slur.
It's a description
facts.
of sex.
So isn't
if you look up the word that we're talking about, you will see that it is a slur. It's used as a slur. Unfortunately,
fuck is a slur. Fuck is actually an acronym. From what I understand, it means fornication. It means fornication under carnal knowledge. From what I understand, that's what fuck means. So it's not common language because it's an acronym alone. Therefore, someone can still get offended by it, despite what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, my biggest gripe with this situation is I don't think it's healthy for us to like dance around how we should say things. Like, granted, like I definitely take for what you say with, saying retarded. Like the 2 or 3 times that I said it, like I knew that I said it.
Oh, I know
like
you
I
did.
say it, I know because I respect you. But like you can't get mad at people. If you're going to have some humility, you cannot get mad at people for saying something that they don't know offends you. That's fucked up. And when you start trying to put those pretense,
if they
don't put pretenses on people. Like, if I heard some stranger say it, I bitch slap them. What? Well, why?
Okay, fine. I wouldn't bitch slap a stranger. No, if people don't know it offends me, I mean, you give people a break and you just tell them. I've told this in a professional work setting where I was a consultant hired by a company, and he used that word in front of me, and I looked at him. I said, "You know my home situation. You know my life. You know my family. Please don't say that word in front of me." And he's like, "I am so sorry. I didn't mean to." And I'm like, "Thank you." And we moved on.
So why is that, like, you educated and moved on? Why is that? Why can't it just be there? Why does it have to be like this fucking, like...
I hadn't talked to him for more than 30 seconds. It's not a big fucking thing.
No, I'm just saying in general, like, I don't want you to, like, have this resentment towards people using this word that offends you because...
Oh, Jordan, I gave up resentment a long time ago. I don't really give a rat's ass.
You just said you'd bitch slap a stranger if they said retarded.
I was being exaggerated.
Okay, but even still, we can all tell that you are a little hot and heavy about it. And I just don't want you to like hold a heavy heart with people that maybe say language that you don't agree with. It's just like someone from like 1913 growing up now, they don't like cursing. But like if you curse around them, like we all try to walk on eggshells around them and try not to curse because we know it might offend them. But I don't think it's good to like harbor this potential like retaliation on people that maybe don't know that it offends you and maybe they don't know the full connotation of it, Here's
the thing is, I've lived with this for 17 years. And so you kind of get thick-skinned over it and you do your best to educate people. You do your best to be, let people know that they could be a little bit more empathetic with you. But it's like a rubber band hitting your wrist. Unfortunately, and I'm sure, minorities and people who are discriminated against, as are people with disabilities, you just kind of get used to it. It's not right, and you don't agree with it, and you're not, like, okay with it, but you also have to just accept that sometimes life is just not, the way you would want to see it. People don't behave that you want to behave. Every time you say it, it's just like a little rubber band slap on my wrist, but does it damage me? Does it change how I feel about you or what I think about you? No.
And I don't want it to because I think what you'd find is most people would be very empathetic towards your situation. And I think
who's
99%
almost as badass as Warren. Actually, she's probably a bigger badass.
I mean, Warren's pretty dope.
I know.
And no, I sent Elle gifts.
I know.
Like, I sent a gift, actually. I don't have gifts. But, like, you best believe when I come down, I'm about to, like, do you like chocolate? I'm about to buy, like, some chocolate.
Yeah. You're the only person that she's ever gotten on a video chat with, by the way. Like, she is on so many, like, Zooms for therapies and stuff. Like, she does not want to be on the computer anymore. So the fact that she came and talked to you today when we started FaceTiming, that's super cool. But
I fuck with it because I fuck with her heavy. And she's such a diva.
she's a total diva.
She's like, fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck. No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I say retarded, but like, it's because I'm like describing the state of a human brain when someone's like lacking thought.
Yeah,
And it's not,
except that
why
a
is that
disability is
wrong?
permanent, though.
Yeah, but maybe this person's retarded for life. I don't know. Like they just always
But I
make bad
mean,
choices.
if it's just a short-term brain fart, I'm just saying it
What
doesn't
is
equal
this?
the definition.
What's short-term retarded? What's that word?
That is the new word that we're going to create and become famous when it's in Webster's dictionary.
Short-term retarded?
Yeah.
Like I want that to be the definition. Short-term retarded?
Also known to replace the other word.
Okay. I'm with it.
How's that? We can come up with a compromise. Like a word that describes that momentary lapse of mental faculty.
That's fine.
We could come up with an acronym for that, and it could sound like fuck.
Wow, I'm offended. You can't say that word. Don't say that word when you're around me, because it offends me.
Okay. Fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it.
Oh, wow, that's retarded that you just said that. See, it's fucking chill. I just don't want people to like be mad about shit. Like if someone stupid says something stupid, just like let it be. And if it's somebody you think you can educate them. And if they don't take it for what it is, just fucking let it go. Because most people are on your fucking side. People say retarded because it's language and it's an easy. Maybe it is an easy out, but like who fucking cares? Like at the end of the day, like it doesn't fucking deprive L or you of any love that's coming your way. We're just trying to like communicate quicker, whatever. It's like I don't know. I don't think when people say retarded it's negative, or when people say fuck it's negative, and I don't know.
Oh, good. I can still say fuck.
You can't say. I will.
Thank God.
You can still say it. You can still say it. But if I change my mind, you can't say it anymore.
If I have to give up that word,
it might offend me later.
If I have to give up that word, you're giving up the other word.
You have to say it.
Fuck?
Say it for everybody. No, the other one.
No, I'm not going to.
You have to. For everybody.
No.
Just say it.
I'm not.
Say, I will not say the word.
Nope.
Why not?
Because.
Like, why are you giving this so much, like, clout?
I'm not. I'm just messing with you.
You can't even say the word?
I'm really not going to say the word. That's just not my shtick. It's just not who I am.
Okay, I'm not going to push you to do something you don't want to do.
Thank you. That'd be like word rape.
Word rape. It's not rape if you like it.
I wouldn't like it.
All right, maybe it's a little rape. Maybe a little rape.
It's a word rape. That's a new phrase.
Word rape. Fine. Well, shit. Like,
I know you've been wanting to talk to me about this for a long time, and
I just wanted to make sense, and like it came up in this movie, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. Like we can talk about it for a minute, and kind of
or like
educate
15.
some people." Yeah, no, I appreciate you like opening up your shit and kind of like giving your insight on it, and I respect it, and like honestly, like because I know that word bothers you. Like when I do say it, I'm like, oh fuck. I just say it like I say it at least 8 times a day, or not always 8 times a day, but on average, it's probably like in a week period. I say it like 3 times a day. Some days maybe it's 12 times. It depends how retarded people are being around me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because it's an ingrained slang,
Yeah, but it's never like directing back at somebody that is like unfortunate. Like it's never that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Is unfortunate a bad way to phrase it?
Oh, it's fine.
I saw you hesitate.
Well, I was trying to think of a better word and I couldn't.
Because it's like, I feel like that situation with Elle and like people that are handicapped is like, it's so challenging. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have so much empathy for parents and people that have that deficiency because like, I like literally am so grateful that I have what I have and am able to have the opportunity that I have. So like seeing a situation like that, I just like my heart goes out to the parents and the individuals of that situation because that is fucking not easy. Like that is like the most challenging shit of all time. And then to like be a parent of that is even arguably more challenging. So like fucking, that's why I salute you, and I want everybody to go listen to Jen's podcast, Whup with Jen. Good segue.
Great segue.